Welcome to today's 3 Minutes of Halakha. In the times of the Beit HaMikdash, when a person would bring a sacrifice, a korban, they would behave on the day of that sacrifice as if it was a semi-holiday, and they would refrain from doing melacha similar to the melachot that we've refrained to do on Chol HaMoed, unnecessary forms of melacha. Melacha that is only done by a person who's a professional, for instance, sewing or planting or things of that nature. Because everyone brought a korban, the korban Pesach, on Erev Pesach, people also refrained from doing melacha. But because the korban Pesach was only brought in the afternoon, after the midday, they would only refrain from doing melacha in the afternoon, the time when a korban Pesach could be brought. Nowadays, when we no longer have a Beit HaMikdash ba'avonotenu harabim, we still have this custom to refrain from doing unnecessary melacha in the afternoon leading up to Pesach. That means that if you needed to get a haircut on Erev Pesach, you should do it in the morning and not in the afternoon. If you needed to cut your nails, it should be in the morning and not in the afternoon. If you needed to do some sewing, morning and not in the afternoon. But what would happen if a person forgot to get a haircut before Yom Tov? What could they do? According to halacha, one way of managing it is if you would find a non-Jew. And that non-Jew could give you a haircut, and then you'd be able to be ready for Yom Tov, looking proper for the holiday itself. What happens if you couldn't find a non-Jew? The Shari Mitzuyanim B'Halacha says that in that case where there's no choice, even a Jewish barber could give you a haircut. This rule may be important this year, depending on when we lift the stay-in-place order, because perhaps we will have a chance to get haircuts before Yom Tov, and if so, even in the afternoon, we may be able to have to rely on the position of the Shari Mitzuyanim B'Halacha. If we can't get a haircut because of the stay-in-place, then on Chol HaMoed, it would be permitted to get a haircut this year, because it would be similar to a person who was held back, who was even in jail, unable to get a haircut before Yom Tov. And if that is not possible, Rav Shechter and Rav Willig have both said that we could get a haircut during Sefira itself. Again, Rav Willig says it's no different than Chol HaMoed. And Rav Shechter made an analogy between a person who finishes their 30 days of Avelut. That just as a person who finishes their Avelut can get a haircut once their friends begin to say they look disheveled, ad shigaru bo chaverav, so too this year during Sefira. If you didn't get a haircut before because we couldn't go get a haircut, then in Sefira, haircuts themselves would also be permitted.